Friends, today we will start our session number 7. In that session number 7, we see what is STL, what are the components of STL, containers. There are different types of containers that will be also explained in that session number 7. And next one is algorithm. That algorithm is covered in the next session. That is the part of our unit number 2 in competitive programming. So friends, first, what is STL? The full form of STL is Standard Template Library. Is a set of C++ template class. There are two different types of templates in C++ template class and template functions. So here it is a set of C++ template class to provide common programming data structures. Friends, you already executed number of common data structures, common programming data structures. For example, you execute stack, array. You also execute the program for list. So these are the different types of things that will be studied or that will be provided in STL. STL is a type of STL is a library, and that library contains that data structures. That is, list, stack, and array is consist in that library. So that STL is a library of container classes, algorithms, and iterators. These are the components of STL. Friends, we already seen what is function. Yes. Today we will see from the next slide what is container, what are the different types of containers, and how it will be used iterator for our programming purpose. Friends, there are various types of common containers, components of STL. So that components are vector, list, after that queue, dequeue, priority queue, array, map, set, as well as multi-set. These are the types of containers. So first, what is container? Container can be described as the object that hold the data of the same type. Means like array, the array that will be hold the data of the same type. So container also hold the data of the same type. There are various types of containers. First one is vector. Friends, vector is a class that creates dynamic array, and you have to allow the elements to insert in that vector as well as to delete from the vector at the back of that vector. Then second component of STL is list. Friends, you already executed list in your Python second year practicals. So list is a sequence of containers that allows the insertion and deletion from anywhere. Means you have to insert element, as well as delete element anywhere from the list. The next is that is very friendly for you, dequeue. DQ is nothing but the double ended queue that allows the insertion as well as deletion from both the ends that will be stores a unique value, only one value. So the next component of STL is multi-map. So like as said, as well as multi-set, there is a map and multi-map also have a difference. The map which can stores one value for each key pair and supports one to one, but that multi-map storing key value pairs and each key value can be associated with more than one value. Means each key will be associated with more than one value. Friends, next one is stack. You know that stack very well. Stack will work on the basis of last in first out. Means we have to insert the element from its top and we have to delete from the top again. And queue that will work on first in last out basis. So from that different types of customers containers, we are classified that containers according to that three different types of containers. So first of all, sequence container, associate containers and derived containers. So if we have to divide that containers as per the sequence, associated and derived, that consist, the sequence container consists vector, dq and list. Associative container consists set, multi-set, map and multi-map, and the derived containers consist stack, queue and priority queue. So what is iterator? Iterator is also component of STL. So iterator are pointer like entity used to access the individual element in the container. Like array, we have to access the individual element from the array. Like as the iterator is a pointer like entity which will be access the element from vector, set, multi-set, map, multi-map, etc. So iterator are move sequentially from one element to another element, and this process is known as iterating through a container. So friends, here I have to take the example of array. The diagram for array, there are three elements. So size of that array is 3, and we have to iterate in vector. Vector is a container. The data type that will be consist in the vector is integer data type. Means integer type of values are stored in vector, and the iterator points to value 2 in the array. So iterator consists mainly two functions. First one is begin and second one is end. It is very easy. When we have to access the element from the vector array, at the beginning we define begin function. So the begin member function returns an iterator to the first element of the vector. Like begin, we also define end member function, and that end member function returns an iterator to the past, the last element of a container. Means if you have to refer the vector first element or beginning element, we write the beginning function for accessing the vector element at the beginning. And if we have to access the last element from the vector or ending element of the vector, so we have to write end member function for the It is a two-way iterator because it is bi-directional iterator. It is working like as a forward iterator, but it will be move from forward to backward as well as backward to forward. That will be goes in the two direction. So that's why it is a two-way iterator. It can be incremented as well as decremented. So here we have to use plus plus as well as minus minus operation operator. And last iterator is random access iterator. So friend, what is random access iterator? That random input iterator, that will be read, and that is one way iterator. The next one is output iterator, that is same as a input iterator, but it will be modify the value of container. Input iterator does not modify the value of container. But here the limitation of output iterator is that does not read anything from the container. It is only a write iterator. Like for iterator, that will uses plus plus operator to navigate through the container and goes each and every element of the container, but it will take only at the same time. Like forward iterator, bidirectional iterator will also given, that will work as a forward, but it will be goes forward as well as bidirectional means what it will work in a bidirectional way. So that's why it is called as two-way iterator. And here we have to use plus plus as well as minus minus means what, increment as well as decrement. That forward iterator, bidirectional iterator, can be incremented as well as decremented. Friends, next and last, random access iterator. The feature of random access iterator is it will work as a bidirectional as well as it adds two pointers and goes to that random access memory or the value of the element of the container. That is the feature of random access iterator. So these are the operations which are supported by iterator. First input, that will be read, not write. Here we have to take an input increment operation plus plus, and we have to use two operators equal to and not equal to. Output, that will be only write, not read, goes in a one direction. That's why we have to use only increment operation. Here that does not support any operation or operator. Forward, working like as a read as well as write, increment the value element of the containers, and comparison as well as not equal to means what, both comparison equal to as not or not equal to done by forward iterative. Bidirectional, friends, here I have to I already say that will be taken the features of forward and it will be overcome the forward iterator. It will be goes forward as well as backward direction. And random, the additional feature of random is that performs pointer addition and goes to the random access of the container element. In the next session, we see we will see the algorithms. What are the algorithms given in that STL? Because that algorithm is also the component of STL. If possible, also perform or explain the practical number 2, I have to taken second practical, that is next programming challenge, the trip. So friends, if you possible, download the PDF of the train from online judge and studied it very well. Thank you.